Welcome back to New Saga Anime Review, episode number 6. We are here reviewing the 6th episode of the series, Brothers in Arms. And we are effectively halfway through this season. And given the fact there's a lot of stuff happens in the source material, I don't know if everything will adapt this season per se because, I highly doubt it. Given the fact that the manga series is over. I have not read the light novels of the series, so as for how far they've adapted for light novels, I don't know. But I have read the manga adaptation, which was really cool. So here's what happens. We start with Kyle versus Xenos, where it's a really good fight, and lots of sword swings, and of course at one point his sword starts to break, eventually the thing does break, and Kyle has to reluctantly kill him, though he able to avoid its slice. And just by sheer coincidence, he has the dragon stone cook underneath his armpit. Well, not exactly inside the armpit, basically in his shirt. And that's what basically caught him off guard, him seeing that. Now, seeing that dragon stone, I should point out, though, that he's the first person, not Kyle, to see the damn thing. That one, anyways. And it was mentioned early on in the series that there was 2 of them here. So, pretty much basically he defeats him, and then of course the prince is immediately arrested by the battalion that's entirely made up of women. And he's arrested, so the king comes by to visit everybody while everybody's in the room eating sweets. Well, actually more like Sarah Winehoff's sword character, she is so funny. Yes. There is no denying. Sarah, probably, anybody who watches this show, you listen to her voice, she clearly loves playing this character. And here's the thing. It's one of those rare occasions where she plays a female character in a show whose notorious feature about her is not her big chest size. Yeah. So, then of course the king thanks him, and then, of course, everybody in their fancy dresses, and of course, you have the nobles, like, shocked to see these people look so, probably dressed, I mean, they dress really well. I mean, they're not criticizing them for wearing, like, inappropriate clothing. Like, they're just probably shocked how beautiful these people are. The fact they saved the princess. The king gives a medal. And then, pretty much right after that, the king basically reveals to himself that he was one behind everything. The whole thing assassination, because all about him leaving a mark in history. Because, from his perspective, he thought that his only contribution was being the father of the queen, the future queen. Well, his son was arrested. Not killed, per se. He wasn't saying, there was nothing that he killed. So Kyle, yes, this is Kyle, in disguise, basically puts his arm around his back and reveals to him that, yeah, in the previous timeline, it isn't the previous timeline. Like, I once basically requested your help with the dwarves, like to help them out, but nope. You basically just sat behind, did nothing, and they died. And then he proceeded to just push them outside, and then kind of in a way force them off a balcony. So no one ever suspected he killed the king. Nope. But apparently the way he described it, yeah, he probably deserved it. And because of that, well, his daughter becomes the queen. And of course, he says before he leaves, all hail the queen. And then the princess reveals, oh yeah, there was a secret engagement I knew nothing about. That she was engaged to, she's engaged to the third prince of the Gallus Empire, for some reason. She was never consulted about it. It's like, oh, she's engaged. But of course she wants to play with the decline engagement, so basically she appoints Kyle to be her envoy. Which of course basically, well, after having this very thorough conversation with her, he seems like he accepts. And then he sees her off next day. Of course, she asks him, like, did you been night? Of course, she was teasing him. And of course, basically, her right-hand woman's like, we know nothing about him aside of his name. How about the fact that he basically risked his life to save you, save you, Your Majesty? And then, of course, by the way, Theron basically was hitting on one of the maids, the castle maids, and then of course they get some new, look like a new set of equipment per se. Yeah, Kyle early in the episode's outfit was torn, so he got a brand new outfit. Theron got a new sword, though he couldn't exactly get a replacement, like apparently in all use. So maybe he'll go get himself a new blade in this city state. So then the episode ends with the four of them: Kyle, Theron, Lisa, and Urza, where they basically all go to the city state to get this, well, mission accomplished. Excuse me as well. That is pretty much it here. And with that, I'm caught up, basically, because this is the only thing that came out that I was going to plan to review yesterday that I did not get a chance to because of time-wise. Yeah, I only got time last night to watch 3 anime instead of watching 4 because one of them was actually something that came out 2 days ago, but there's that. But now since I'm caught up, I can now basically watch Cheatskill the rest of the day, which is awesome. Yep, that's next. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Next up, back to the Cheatskill anime. Okay, next video. Bye.